The Unitarian perspective is that Jesus and God are separate when it comes to being, using the verbiage that Dr. White is fond of saying. God is made up of one what, that is the being known as God, but he's made up of three who's, that is to say the persons of God, so one what, three who's. And so we're looking at this chart where we've got titles of God. Father is called God in a number of passages, and then the Son is likewise called God or called deity in a number of passages, and then we're going to look at the Holy Spirit also shares the title of God in some passages. And using that kind of that logic, we work our way down through this table. We've got Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and we just work our way down through these different titles, Creator, and actions and attributes, resurrects and dwells, this person's everywhere, all-knowing, sanctifies, life-giver, things like that. And so in time we'll work our way down through these passages, but right now we're in Colossians 2:9, and we're not going to make it through all of this. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I'm thinking we won't with only the 5 or 10 minutes left and I'm making these, but let me kind of cut to the chase and read the passage and tell you the short answer. Again, the bluff, the BLUF, the bottom line up front, otherwise known as the TLDR, the too long didn't read version. And that is that if we look at Colossians 2:9, we can see that Paul says, for in him, speaking of Yeshua, the whole fullness of deity dwells bodily. The whole fullness. And of course, the key word for us is deity. The I clicked on it here, I didn't mean to, but the theotés in the Greek, the literal, the root word, it's shows up as theotétos when it's conjugated. I'm sorry, it shouldn't be conjugation. That's a noun. It's what do we say? I'm drawing a blank, but anyway, the form of Greek that we show up here, decline, that's what I'm looking for. Nouns are declined and verbs are conjugated. So the declination that we're looking at here is theotétos, but the original root Greek word is theótēs, and the Strong's number 2320. And this is a word that happens to only show up once in the Apostolic Scriptures, the New Testament. Whenever we have a terminology or Greek word that only shows up once, or it's very sparse in our word studies, we call these hapax legomena, a Latin phrase that means only shows up once or something like that, very rare phrase. And so it's hard sometimes to ascertain exactly what Paul meant since he only used it once.